Hi, I'm Steven Spencer from SMB Capital. Today's 2-minute trade review is what we call at SMB a second day play, and it involves Adobe. Okay, so what happened here with Adobe was they reported earnings, and the day following earnings was incredibly strong. Strong opening drive, then a consolidation period, closed at the high of the day. Whenever we have a stock that has a strong opening drive in either direction, and then there's strong follow through on heavy volume for that day, we look to make a second day play in the direction of day one trend using inflection points we've identified from the first day to put on risk in a position. What we're looking at right here is a 30-minute chart, and what we can see is the after hours action is that actually initial drive from 54 up to $57 a share. I've circled the area from the after hours to the next morning's pre-market. Outside of that circle, that first big green bar is what we call an opening drive. You can clearly see some AM support from that first day, and then we trend for the first day into the close. And then what you're looking there after the close is just the after hours action right there. So I wanted to put that to give you that information, and then take a look at the 5-minute chart from the second day to discuss the trade that I made. So what we're looking at right here is a 5-minute chart, and on day one, the opening drive, which took it up to 59 and change or so, there was a consolidation period where the stock never dropped below 58.86, and once the uptrend started on day one, it supported around 59.5. The stock closed on day one around 60.50. So I was very excited on the second day, if we look at the 5-minute chart, when it drove down right on the open to around 59.5, giving me the opportunity to get long. Now, if we look at this chart in isolation, the 5-minute chart, you would say, from an intraday perspective, this stock is very weak. But this trade involves a bigger picture scenario, which is a stock that broke out, made a new 52-week high, was heavily accumulated on the first day, closed near the high of the day. So I'm thinking that's my perspective, and that's why I'm making this trade. And if you're looking at the chart, you can see if I'm getting long on this, it closed near the low of the day, didn't make money, lost money. But that's not what is important here. What is important is this is a setup that I can identify over and over again, and I'll continue to trade this on the long side because over time, this has a good risk reward and a good winning percentage. Let's break down the details of the actual trade and how I managed the trade for the day two. So right on the open, it drives down, and I notice, you can see on the 5-minute, there's some support right around 59.50, a little bit below there in the 40s. I buy the support. It immediately spikes back up to $60 a share, and when it does that, what I'm looking for is it to either stay up around 60, even if it's a little bit below that, or above it and start to move sideways. If it does that, then I have confidence that the buyers came in right on the open on that initial dropout, and they're starting to take control. What we can see is that didn't happen. It was rejected right away from $60 and eventually took out that opening low, which was around 59.45, and started to move lower. So what I did was I hit out of some of my position. I've circled a second area for you there, right in the 59 area. What I'd mentioned on the 30-minute chart on day one, after the opening drive, it never dropped to 58.86. So 59 is the next area where I want to put on risk again. And frankly, this is now $1.50 from where I closed the day before, so I actually want to even put on more size and more risk, because my risk reward, risking 20 cents in this area here down at 59 with $1.50 of upside back to 60.50 is very favorable risk reward. And so it moves sideways for about a half an hour or so, consolidating at 59. You can see drops, starts to hold a little bit lower below 59, then eventually I'm stopped out of the trade. I continue to monitor it, and when it got back above 58.80 or so, I started to rebuild in the position, waiting for it to get back above $59 a share and hold higher, because in these situations, when it's in an intraday downtrend and it's moved lower and it starts to move back up, after it moves back up that first time, you need to see it hold above a key level and then have a second break to the upside for a reversal, and that never happened. So this was what we call a second day play, using the strength of the first day and inflection points from the first day to trade in the direction of that trend from day one. Didn't work, lost some money, but again, I'll make this trade every single time because over time, I expect positive results. Thanks for joining us for today's 2-minute trade review.
Welcome to The Winning Trader. The number one factor in whether you trade profitably is what? It's whether you are trading setups that have trading edge. We recently surveyed our trading community as to what would help them the most. The response was overwhelmingly universal. You were most interested in learning trading strategies that you could implement profitably. Or said another way, to solve the problem faced by most traders of lacking setups with trading edge. So with that, here at SMBU, today we introduce the Winning Trader. You will learn 10 trading strategies taught to and traded daily on our professional proprietary trading desk in New York City. Here are the 4 steps to how SMB will teach you these strategies. 1, we will hold an online live trading class sharing each setup weekly. 2, for the following week, you will archive a playbook trade that we teach you how to do of this setup daily. 3, during our daily mentoring sessions, to which you will have complete access, we will review these setups from that day's trading. 4, you will have complete access to all of our trading tools that will help you spot these setups during market trading and follow along with us trading them in real time. Take the first step towards becoming a winning trader. Enter your email here to learn more about the Winning Trader.